What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and celebrate today. Smash like, leave a comment, share the video, spread the good news. Me Too is done. We have now witnessed the beautiful destruction of Me Too on the world's stage. All it took was the wrong person to get caught up into it. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong, in my opinion, about people finding the courage to speak out against wrongs that have happened to them. I've been on the record in terms of Hollywood movie actors and actresses, and in the entertainment industry, music, and every other form of entertainment, streaming. These people, first and foremost, well, let's also YouTubers, video game developers, game development. When your first move is to tweet about something, I automatically have suspicions. We've seen a long list of claims that were just patently false. We've seen claims that have led to people taking, self-deleting. We only need to look back at Miss Zoe and Alex Hawaka. There have been other situations, but there have also been correct stories. Some high-profile ones. The Pudding Man. There's been some put away. I'm trying to dodge certain words here. But just yesterday, and really for the last 2 weeks, the movement has been falling apart, and I'm here to declare it is now dead. It's over. Alyssa Milano now getting the ire of everybody in the movement. You can see endless articles coming up today talking about, Alyssa Milano's her double standard for Joe Biden is hilarious. See, I've long pointed out that I believe that these stories, while sometimes true, are just as often or perhaps even more often not true. And they've been used as political, political weaponry. It's without fail when somebody high profile runs for office, poof, there's a bunch of women saying that they're a creep. Now, I'm not saying that they're not a creep. I'm just saying the timing is awfully convenient. We can look at Kavanaugh, for example. There's many examples of people that just came out of the woodworks from 100 years ago, but totally remember every detail about how they were wrong, even though they've never said anything until, they got a $100,000 GoFundMe. Anyway, you can see, good thing Alyssa Milano's pro-choice because her double standards for Joe Biden and Brett Kavanaugh just ended the Me Too movement. It's over. It's over. Alyssa Milano is twisting herself into a pretzel this week. Her support for Joe Biden does not fit her Me Too activism. Fellow actress Rose McGowan has called her a fraud on Twitter. Actress Alyssa Milano has never been more entertaining than she carrying the water for Joe Biden in 2020. The charmed and Who's the Boss star is trapped between the Me Too movement she started and unquestioning partisan loyalty to the very old, very white, very male politician the Democrats are about to nominate for president, and it's hilarious. Alyssa Milano's blatant double standards are shredding the credibility of both the movement and the Democratic Party. Oh, you just hate to see it. It's over. It's done. You just hate to see it. Now, I am absolutely a fan of going to the proper authorities and filing exactly the correct paperwork when things happen to you, but that is not what these people in this movement do. They do it for Twitter clout, and more often than not, it ends up being total BS. Even this article says only 11 figures actually ended up facing any kind of charges amongst hundreds or even thousands of stories. You had 3 or 4 high profile, but then you ended up with loads of just getting dropped. Kevin Spacey, Nick Carter, Sylvester Stallone, Gerard Depardieu, Luke Besson, Tyler Grasham, John Healy, just unending numbers of people that were, of course, baloney. And then there's the regular people, by the way, who don't have high-priced lawyers and can't defend themselves. You see Mike Tunisian was named on the bad men in media list, a crowdsourced spreadsheet of anonymous unvetted stories about men. He said that he is innocent and the list's public exposure has ruined his life. People never cared about those that were wrongful or the collateral damage that happened in this movement, which is why I hated it so much. It was a Hollywood-driven, narcissistic roller coaster ride of look at me, look how bad this person is, but I'm such a victim and survivor. Oh, wait, now I'm on a new TV show. How about we look at Asia Argento? Is that her name? Anthony Bourdain's ex, who was hooking up with like a 16-year-old kid or something like that after she tried accusing others. Ended up losing her job, thankfully. I digress. Milano made her remarks to the epic blowback from Bernie Sanders' camp when she bashed toxic Bernie bros last week. Supporters dragged Milano for remaining silent about Joe Biden's situation. Alyssa Milano just dug her hole deeper with this response. Quote, I've been very vocal about Biden and my support for him. And I did my due diligence because the article that sort of stood out to me was the last time Time's Up decided to not take the case. Cohen interjected. That was important to you. That meant, well, maybe there's more to the story here. And Milano repeats, right, I did my work. I spoke to Time's Up and they didn't feel comfortable throwing away a decent man that I've known for 15 years in this time of complete chaos without there being enough thorough investigation. Oh, now you care. Oh, now we're going to pump the brakes. But she's either blatantly misinformed about why Time's Up didn't take the case on Tara Reade's case, or means she's lying about doing her due diligence, or she's lying to the listeners. Either Alyssa Milano actually thinks or misleadingly insinuated that they declined her case because her accusations are somehow not credible. But they actually declined her case because they were worried that assisting in a case against a candidate for federal office could endanger their nonprofit status. Oh, another protected class, apparently. In other words, Joe Biden is a powerful man. This organization won't even attempt to hold him accountable. This is ostensibly how Hollywood movie mogul Mr. Harvey got away with it for so many years. A women's advocate, Alyssa Milano, just read the headline and found enough to silence her voice and claims I did my work, or worse, that she used the power differential between a vice president and his accuser to undermine her. For her next trick, Alyssa Milano went onto Twitter after the Andy Cohen interview and wrote this, #BelieveWomen. Does not mean everyone gets to accuse anyone of anything, and that's that. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's what the entire movement has done for years, and you stood idly by until it came for one of your friends. This just so plainly and beautifully exposes what all of us have known for years, that this was just a sham and always was. What a sophisticated, balanced, nuanced approach for this movement. Where was the approach when Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh's accuser came with their allegations? 2 days after the Kavanaugh allegations, Alyssa Milano wrote this. You can't pretend to be in the party of the American people and then not support a woman who comes forward with her story. Oopsie doopsie poopsie. It's almost like we knew. Of course, Rose McGowan, another grifter, chimes back, you are a fraud. This is about holding the media accountable. You go after Trump and Kavanaugh saying, believe victims, you are a lie. You have always been a lie. The corrupt DNC is in on this smear job, and so are you. Shame. 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 A plague on all your houses. Oh, you just love it. You knew the ending was coming, and thankfully, we're all at home to witness it in real time. What a beautiful day. Rose McGowan rips corrupt DNC fraud Alyssa Milano for her silence against Biden. Beautiful. Beautiful. All these articles. Alyssa Milano says it's wrong for innocent men to be destroyed. Oh, where were you all this time when some of them were literally hanging by ropes? Where were you on pump the brakes before we destroy this man, Chris Hardwick's career? Where were you when all of these other men were having their lives destroyed. There are YouTubers that went through this. Pro Jared. Why can't I think of the Honest Movie Trailers guy? Why can't I think of him? These are guys that still had their... Well, Chris Hardwick survived it, but the Honest Movie Trailers... Why can't I think of his name? I talked to him here and there. He didn't survive it. He was pushed out, and that's it. Where were you then, Alyssa Milano, telling everyone to pump the brakes? It's just... You just hate to see it, don't you? I mean, it's just so bad to see them turn on themselves. Activist Alyssa Milano stands by Biden after leading the charge against Brett Kavanaugh. It's almost, I know this might shock you. It's almost like it was just a political tool all along to take down the people they didn't like. Sure, they netted a few genuinely bad people, but they netted way more of the quote unquote bad people. That's what this movement was about from the start. That's all Hollywood wanted. That's all the video game developers wanted. That's all the TV show producers wanted. That's what the actors, actresses in the entertainment industry wanted. That's what lawyers wanted. It was about money and clout. It was never, ever, at any point of the entirety of this movement about any justice, and now the world can see it. Make sure to share this glorious message. Rest in pepperonis, movement of absolute garbage. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.